Hello, hope you're all okay. Sorry about that, I was just actually grabbing my dinner quickly. So, anyway, I'm going to be having a look at a Bachmann Class 66, and we're going to be fitting sound. The sound chip is from another Bachmann Class 66, and obviously we're just going to see how we're going to be putting that in. So the locomotive we've got in question is, in fact, I don't know if you can see the details there, it's Class 66 745. GBRF Europort Modern Railways, produced exclusively for Key Publishing. Sorry, losing my words today. So, the locomotive we're going to be looking at is actually this one. I'll pop the camera down a little bit so you can actually see that. So this is 66745. Okay, this is the Bachmann version, not the Hornby. Okay, and I do understand Hattons are bringing some out at the moment shortly as well. So, just reading through the comments. Adrian, anyone dipped a loco in brake fluid? No, I haven't. So I don't know on that one. You might be the first one to try it. Most use paint stripper or thinners. So this is his 66745, which is the Euro spec, as you can see. So the livery is very slightly different, and obviously also the front end and lighting as well. Okay, so we're going to be having a look and taking this apart. We have a standard bass reflex speaker. And we also have 21-pin Esu Sound Decoder, and we also have the little clips for the wiring as well. So for this one, I'm going to use my Locomotive Cradle. So this is a Pico one, cracking piece of kit, and pop that on there. So the screws on these, they're slightly hard to access, to say the least. I don't know if any of you have ever taken a 66 apart before. So they are actually located down within the bogies. So to take this apart, we're quite simply just going to try and, you can't turn the bogies far enough to get the screwdriver, so you have to do it through the bogies. So there is a little switch underneath so you can turn the cab lights on or off. I think that's mainly for DC runners, because on DCC you can use function 1, which will, it'll turn the cab lights on and off. So we're just going to remove these screws nice and gently. So I might have to loosen them and then get through. So it's quite hard to access these. So there's 1, 2. There's 4 located throughout the loco. So trying my best not to get my hands in the way. So they're just located literally underneath the bogies, or above the bogies if it's the other way. So I hope you're all having a good thing anyway. Not the easiest of model bodies to get off. Yes, one of you does have experience then. So what we've got to do, I'm going to keep the cradle on for this. So the screws are loose, but the problem is actually getting them out. So just in case they do fall all the way through, we are going to gently remove. Oh, I've got one that hasn't come out far enough. That's this one here. Okay, like so. There we go. We can gently take the body away. Right, as you see, the cab lights are wired on this, unlike the Hornby models. So what we're going to simply do is just remove the connectors that go onto the top board. 1. Then we have 2. So we can remove the body off completely out of the way, and we can have a look what we're actually working with. Okay, so as you see, this has already got a 21-pin. This is a Bachmann decoder, so we're going to be removing that, because that's going to be no good for the sound. So that will be popping out of the way. And as you can see here, there is speaker connections. So we've got speaker minus, speaker plus. On speakers, I believe it doesn't matter which way they go around. So, hi Craig, hope you're okay as well. So, and New Durham Junction is watching as well on YouTube, and a few others as well. So we're streaming to both YouTube and Facebook at the same time now. So, obviously some people prefer different platforms. Okay, so this is where the speaker enclosure is. As you can see, it's like for like. This it's got a plastic body in there. There's 2 simple screws, and the 2 little nubbins are on the same place as well, and the wiring is going to mount up here. So firstly, we're just going to remove this old plastic enclosure. There's one. I just want to keep the screws because we'll be using those in a second. There's one. There's two. Yeah. Haribo Bachmann 66, great locos. Yes, they are. So it's obviously this isn't our announced live stream. This is just a quick one for you lot. Thought you might like to see. So we're going to place the speaker straight in place. Obviously there is different speakers on the market and everything else, but obviously for this we're just going to be fitting the standard Bachmann speaker that comes with it. So I know many of you use things like iPhone speakers are quite good to use. I think is it iPhone 6 if I'm correct. If anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. But iPhone 6 speakers are quite often used as well because you get quite a lot of bass reflex out of them. So we're going to pop that one in there. Then we're going to pop this one in here. So it's securely fixed. Last thing you want is a speaker rattling around. Just got to be careful when there's a fine wire very close to the screw. Don't trap any wires when you do put stuff in. Obviously locomotives like the 66 do have quite a few as well. Okay. Next what we're going to do is quite simply connect the speaker into the two connections which we have here. You can see labelled SP. Okay, which is quite nice and simply done. So two little wires, poke through the hole. Oh, sorry, just getting a comment. Oh, munching. Yeah. So I'm just trying to catch up with your comments as well. Okay, so these are going to poke through here, and this connector should just slide on. It should trap the wire straight onto there. Okay, so before we reaffix the body, we are going to stick it on the track as well. So this is the Esu Sound Decoder. This is a Lock Sound 4, I believe. So obviously I always stick a little bit of tape just straight over it because I want to prevent any shorts whatsoever. So just on the underside, we don't want anything shorting on the board here, just as a risk. Like I said, I have used heat shrink before, but it can lead to overheating. So the 21 pin, nice firmly on the socket, push down, literally, straight on, but do it in a nice even manner. Don't try to do it at an angle, you will bend the pins. Okay, so we're going to see what the sound's actually like as well. We're going to plonk this straight onto here. I'm just hoping the speaker connection's right, if not I might strip some more of the wire back. So first thing I'm going to do is program the locomotive using our controller. So this is the Gauge Master, this is the Prodigy Express, this is the one we use for our test track. So I'm going to go onto the programming track, which I've set over here, and then just set it to a loco number 3, which is default. We're getting a few whirring noises, so it's doing something. There we go. We're going to go to loco number 3 now. We'll turn the speed off before we go shooting off. We're going to set that to main, and hopefully as we increase the number, the locomotive is starting to move. No, don't actually use. Like I said, I haven't garage thing. I've not had a problem yet. Electronics are quite safe compared to what they used to be. Adrian. So just reading thingy. Just reading, catching up with some of the comments. Good afternoon, Chris. Hey, Chris at Hunt Heath. Don't mention platforms. Oh dear. So have you managed to get some board? Okay. So next issue we've got, yeah, it's not picked up the speaker correctly. Let me just take that off. Sometimes these connections don't connect to the speaker 110%, so I'm just going to take this off. I'm just going to pop this down so you can see. There's my screwdriver. Just need to take this plastic connector off. This is why we test before we put the bodies on. So I'm going to try and stick them in a bit easier. For some reason the speaker's not connected itself. I might need to strip a little bit more wire back. I think that may be required. So please bear with me. This is the advantages of live videos. Oh, Chris. So 1 minute is on thingy. So which one you watching on now, Chris? You on YouTube or Facebook? So just bear with me while I strip some more wire off these. You see there's not much on the end, so I just want it to have a better connection. Can't wait to hear it. Hopefully so. I'm not a big fan of 66s personally. So what I'm doing here, sorry, it's a bit hard when it's you have a camera in front of you, so please bear with me. So what we're actually going to try and do is actually, to give it a better connection, I'm going to try and poke the wire up through underneath. So I'm just twisting the wires together. And hopefully we should be able to, if we do it at a slight angle like that. Just bear with me, I think my eyesight's going. So I don't know if anyone uses things like a magnifying glass. So Stuart loves 66s. So we know Stuart loves 66s. Sorry. If you want, you can donate that to New Durham Junction. We shall see. So what I'm just trying to do is actually get these wires through. It's just rather fine. It's like trying to put a needle through a thread. So it's in my old age, my eyesight's going. So many of you got class 66s already, or many of you like the GBRF? Obviously livery. Like I said, it is quite a nice livery, this one. So I'm slowly getting there. I'd be no good as a sewing machinist or anything, I can tell you that. Again there. Five 66s. Ooh, too many 66s this week. So have you got some of the Hornby ones, have you? So, right, hopefully this works. If not, we've got to try the speaker polarity. So, oh, 1 second. Put the, might help if we had the decoder on there. We have some sound coming. So this will be 1 second. I've not set it. Bear with me for 1 second. Just got to, sorry, fix the chip on. Not yet. Well, hey, we have some sound. Just give it a moment to start up. So it's quite a loud sound chip, this. You can see, picks up with the speed. Then we're going to stop. We'll bring it to a slow stop. Reverse it the opposite way. Thrash it. I haven't got far to go, I'm afraid. So there's quite a few sound functions on it, but it does, I don't know if you can pick up the sound very well, but it does sound really quite nice, that. So we're going to turn that off now. Okay, so what does everyone think to the sound on that? It really is quite amazing. So I'm just going to pop the body back on and we'll get this screwed together as well, so we can get this actually running. Okay, so first thing we need to do is connect the cab lights, and I've switched it round a bit, haven't I? So I believe this end goes over here from what I believe. So we've got the front end, which is the front end is the exhaust, isn't it? Sorry? Brilliant. No worries. As long as you like the sound of it, that's the main thing. To pop these little connectors on. Like I said, these aren't spring loaded. It's a lot more reliable having proper connectors. Zimmo Dumbo speaker. Yeah, Chris Hunt's into his sound. So I'm going to put the body back on. I'm just going to put the screws back in. Just bear with me for 1 second. And then we should have a fully functioning, hopefully, Class 66 locomotive. So many of you managed to get the Hornby ones, and with their decoders. A good price they are. I don't know what price. I think, if I'm right, I'm sure they're about £60–70, something like. They're about £70 or something. So good afternoon, New Junction, and good afternoon, Cottesmore. So I'm slowly catching up with the comments. Okay, right. So I'm just going to change the camera angle very slightly for you, so you can just get a little bit of a side grasp, as you can see. So hopefully we can start this up again. Just going to clip the body back together a bit properly. There we go. Callum's eyeing up 66779. So right, if you put function 0 is the lights, so that's the rear lights. So I've pressed 1 of the functions, that's why it's whirring up. And then if we press 1, is it 7 for cab lights? No, 9's for thingy. One of the functions is cab lights. Oh, there we go. Function 8 is cab lights. You can't see it too well, but it's a bit quite lit in here. So, but it does sound really good, this does. The speaker's right here under the grill as well, so... There we go, and that's the front running lights. By the looks of it, we seem to be running okay. So I'm afraid I can't go really fast speeds because it's not on the layout. Right. Okay, so we have one sound running class 66. Function 16. We'll go through them. Is that a plane, Stuart? So, right. Oh, go on, just for Stuart, we'll try function 16. Remember, this is the Bachmann chip. Obviously, they did change upon revisions. So, we'll try shift 16. One second, I think we've got to start the sound up again. I'll try and see what it does, Stuart. No, function 16 doesn't do anything on this one. So it probably just depends on the revision of decoder anyway. I think it's 16. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find out in the future, whatever it may be. Right, let me just move the camera back so I can explain a little more. Right, as many of you are aware, our layout does primarily run around between late 1960s right through to mid 90s, and this was one thing I've had for a while personally, and it hasn't been really run, and obviously I had a sound chip lying about for it as well. So to celebrate next week, we're going to be going to Severn Valley Railway exhibiting. I'm hoping to see some of you there. I believe Chris from Huntsheath is going to be there, and to celebrate that, this will be going with us, and we will be giving this away. So I'll be giving this class 66 away, hopefully to a new home, to someone that's actually going to use it and enjoy it as well. Okay, so we're going to be giving this away to one lucky person, and I'll be posting the stream up on our Facebook group this evening. Sorry, not the stream, the post. So there will be a little competition for it, and the winner will be announced when we're at Severn Valley Railway next Saturday evening. So I really do hope one of you are going to enjoy this locomotive, and it goes to a good home where it's going to be used. So for now, this is going to be going back in the box, and it will be heading off to one lucky viewer, and we really hope it will be some use to them and they'll enjoy it. So just going to box this back up. So this will be that's its final running here, and it will be going on to someone that it will be used for. So there will be a little competition to go with it. So it's just that's what I've put down the special announcement. So one lucky viewer will be getting GBRF class 66 745. The competition will be posted up on our Facebook group, and for the YouTube viewers, we will post that up as well. So with the links, so it would nicely fit. So I do really hope whoever wins it really enjoys it. It's quite a special one, that. So you can win. This is a Bachmann highly detailed class 66 with the sound chip as well. Obviously it doesn't come with sound chip as standard, but it does have now. So that will be one for next week to celebrate, and hope you all enjoy it. Right, well, I'm going to get off now, spend some time with the wife and children, and I will be live this evening for a running session at 9 PM. thank you very much all for watching, and we hope you've enjoyed.